YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Will, back in the building with another video. Today we're diving into the world of camera gear with a review of the FEELWORLD F5 Prox 5.5 4K on-camera monitor. Try to say that 5 times fast. What I love about FEELWORLD monitors is they create these at a budget price and you get all of the pro features. What sets this monitor apart is the 1600 nits of high brightness, which makes your image visible in bright sunlight. This monitor is also a touchscreen, which makes changing settings on the fly a breeze. This monitor also supports 3D LUTs, so you can import your own LUTs into the monitor. You have all the pro features like waveforms, false color, focus peaking, and this monitor also has a good amount of anamorphic crop modes. And for its low price, this monitor is honestly a steal. FEELWORLD has been around for a while creating budget monitors just like this one. My first Field monitor actually was from FEELWORLD that I got back in 2020, and I still use it till this day. So when FEELWORLD reached out to me to collab on this review, it was a no-brainer. In this video, we'll be taking a deep dive into the FEELWORLD F5 Prox to discover all of its features, pros, cons, and even comparing this to other monitors that I have to figure out if this is the best budget film monitor out right now. Before we dive in, if you enjoy content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you can come back and check out future videos on budget tech, filmmaking gear, content creation, and so much more. So anyway, if you're ready, let's go ahead and jump into the unboxing to see what this all has to offer. Let's go. First thing that you get is this very nice carrying case. Carrying case has a handle FEELWORLD logo right here. It's like hard shell. You got your zippers. I kind of like the FEELWORLD color they're going for. You can see you have 2 sections, a zipper part for all your accessories, and then you have the camera monitor, which is right here. It is held by this little Velcro. First thing you get out of the box is going to be your user manual. The accessories right here, we're gonna open that. You get a HDMI to macro HDMI cable. You got your little tilt arm. You basically connect the monitor to this to attach it to your camera. It has a cold shoe mount, and there's also another mount right here to attach an additional accessory like a microphone or something. The sun hood comes in 2 different parts. You just attach it with Velcro. On the front of the monitor, there are 2 little pieces, and you just kind of slap it down like so. You also get this little USB-C to USB-A adapter, so that way you can convert the USB-C connection here so you can upload 3D LUTs. You have a USB Type-C to A cable. This will be for charging your battery. And you have your NP-F970. This battery will last you about 5 hours. These batteries have been upgraded. If you press this little button here now, you can see how much juice you got in the battery. And these batteries now have USB-C. And lastly, you have your FEELWORLD monitor. The FEELWORLD F5 Prox is a compact 5.5-inch monitor with a sleek design. The front is like very reflective, at least while it's off right now. It feels pretty sturdy in my hand. The back is like a matte finish, but the front of the monitor is kind of glossy and is made out of glass. To get this set up is super easy. Just go ahead and get your bracket, go into the side like so, and you just twist it in like that, and then you use this bottom part, which is a cold shoe mount, to slide into your camera's shoe mount. You have to adjust this screw knob right here in order to rotate it to lock it into place. And then one thing I didn't notice about this is when you have the battery in, the battery is too thick to swivel. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick little walk around the monitor to discover all of its ins and outs. You have an HDMI in. Highest video quality this can display is 4K 30 frames per second, but you can shoot 4K 60 by changing the setting output of your camera to a lower resolution. HDMI out will loop 4K 30 frames resolution pass through. You have DC 12 in. At the bottom, you have DC out. You have a 1/4-20 screw mount, headphone jack, Type-C port for import and LUT, and powering the monitor even without the battery installed. On the right side, you have 1/4-20 screw mount. This mount is for the bracket. At the top of the monitor, you have 3 programmable buttons. Here's the list of what you can choose. The touch button toggles the touch functionality on and off. You have another screw mount, physical menu button, up and down, down, exit button, which also doubles as a power button. In the back of the monitor, you have a slot for your NPF style battery, another thread for a standard screw mount, and an NPF 970 external install to attach a wireless HDMI transmitter like the FEELWORLD W100. If you double tap the screen, you pull up the menu selection right here on the left side. We are currently shooting at 4K at 24 frames per second. I don't have a LUT on. You can see the battery life over to your right. On the left side, swiping up and down, you adjust the brightness. Right side, up and down, you adjust the volume. If you swipe up, you can quickly toggle through the 20 different icons to turn settings on and off. If you pinch to zoom, you can actually zoom in on the image very far to check focus. The touch functionality only works to pinch to zoom and adjust menu settings. You are not able to control the camera settings by touch. For example, if you want to play back a clip, you wouldn't be able to pull the clip up and tap it to play. It only lets you adjust settings of the monitor with touch, not the actual functionality of the camera. You have 5 subclasses right here on the side of the menu, and each of these menus you have submenus. We're just gonna start in assist, and you can see you have all waves. So by selecting this, I can easily just toggle that on like so. If we go to waveform, I can select on waveform, but with this particular parameter, I can adjust something like the position. To go up, I can even adjust the transparency for this by turning it off or like 75%. So like audio meter right here, I could move this to the right side if I wanted to. You have focus assist, and what's cool is for this function, I could actually adjust the color. You have your false color selection here, so I can turn that on, and then they have 2 options of false color. Next is going to be marker, and this is parameters on the monitor that will help you with like framing and stuff. This is grid, right? And what's cool about this is I can do a 2x2 grid. I can do a 4x4. I can pretty much select this to be however many rows I want and however many columns. You can change the color as well. You have center marker, ratio, markers, and I could add this on so it can give me an idea of where my guidelines are for 4:3 format. You have image, and here I can do things like overscan, change the aspect ratio. This monitor has anamorphic modes. I could choose from different anamorphic crops by selecting from 1.33 all the way up to 2.0x. I could actually click on user and give myself a custom anamorphic crop from the parameters of 1.20x all the way up to 2.00x. You have flip, so I could, make the image do flip. You have zoom modes. Basically in this one, it's different ways to change the way that you're viewing the image. And keep in mind that this monitor does not record or anything. Everything will be recorded in the format that you have set on the camera. The image, like how we adjust the anamorphic and so on, all that does is adjust the monitor to assist you with different frames of how the image will look. Moving on, you have your LUTs. You can upload up to 32 LUTs, and this automatically comes with, I want to say, 5 LUTs. Right here at the top, you have S-Log2, S-Log3, C-Log, and V-Log, and you can see how I uploaded all these additional LUTs right here. Easiest way to do this is to get your thumb drive and upload your cube LUTs onto this thumb drive, plug it into here like so, bottom USB-C. It says import LUT, and then you hit confirm. Once you hit confirm, it loads all the LUTs in here. And what's cool is it saves the LUTs onto this monitor, so you never have to worry about like putting an SD card in or leaving a USB thumb drive in while you're using this to get your LUT. Pretty much I can go through here and set my camera up, so this is what my final image would look like with the LUT. And again, this is not going to record the LUT onto the footage on the SD card, but it will assist me with how the LUT will look, so I know how to expose and adjust the camera settings while I'm shooting. HDR mode, let's say the saturation for the monitor itself If it wasn't the same color as what I'm seeing on the camera, then I could adjust this to make it match better. The next section is color temperature. I found that user works better for me for what my camera looks like. Then you have your shortcut keys. The top 3 F1 buttons can be adjusted to any of these parameters. I got mine currently set to image flip for F1, and then if I click out of that and I hit F1, you can see it does that quick function. Last but not least is the system settings. You can actually set this up for 4 different users. So right now I have this number 1, which is everything that I adjusted for this monitor, like the F1 keys and the LUTs and all that. If I select number 2, it goes back to like factory reset, and I can do whole different selection of different colors and parameters and stuff. You can pretty much save like 4 custom presets to determine how you use the monitor. You have multiple languages to choose from. I could adjust the screen right here. Right now I have the transparency off, but I could select 75. You got your volume right here. You could just mute by selecting that on. You have your factory reset, and last but not least, you can take a USB thumb drive with the latest firmware and upload it onto the monitor. I really love the touch screen. It feels very intuitive and easy to select. I really like that you have this slide up to like do a quick function. This is so much faster to adjust settings and navigate through the menu instead of like kind of pressing the menu button up top and then I have to like adjust it here by pressing. That's what makes the touch screen so much better than non-touch screen. I hope that all makes sense. Very straightforward monitor. Let's go ahead and jump into the final verdict of this video. Last year I called this the best budget field monitor. This is the Viltrox DC550 Pro. This has some cons in it that this actually answers. One of the biggest downfalls with this monitor to me is the fan noise. I really love the sun hood on this. It like doubles as a protector when you put it in the case, and it's just easy to like pop it open and then like drop it like so. That battery lasts like 2 hours. This one gives you about 5 to 6 hours. Pros and cons with the FEELWORLD F5 Prox. First pro here is the price. This monitor has a lot of professional features for such a low price. One of the biggest pros is the 1600 nits of brightness. On a bright sunny day, guaranteed you'll be able to see your image very clearly. The next pro here is the ability to mount a HDMI transmitter on the back of this. You can power your HDMI wireless transmitter with this battery. The next pro here is no fan noise. My first con with this monitor is this mount. The mount works, but my 2 concerns is like the screw is like super short. I find myself like untwisting it too much and then it's about to fall out. I like these mounts better because I could obviously put it on my camera hot shoe, and then if I want to adjust the angle, it's a simple like kind of up and downward motion. My next con with this monitor is going to be the sun hood. FEELWORLD is still using this older design that I got on the previous monitor, which it's like 2 different pieces and you have to do that, then you have to like attach the Velcro. The bracket and the sun hood are not necessarily cons, but these are things that I would like to see improve. The FEELWORLD 550 Pro X 5.5 inch field monitor is a fantastic tool for filmmakers and photographers alike. Its high brightness, touchscreen functionality, and professional tools make this a great choice, especially for its budget price. If you want to pick one of these up, I will leave a link down in the description. The link will save you some money and give me a small kickback, so if you're interested in supporting my channel and also saving some money, there is a link down in the description to do so. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Hope that I provided you with some value. If I did, please don't forget to leave your boy a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I'ma holla at y'all next week in my next video. Deuces.